Have you ever looked at D&D and thought to yourself,
You know what this game needs? Crypto.
well, guess what, ladies and gelatinous cubes? This super awesome dude named Andre Cronje, I think that's how you pronounce your name, is making a D&D crypto game. That's right. You can literally play Dungeons & Dragons with Bitcoin, but it's not Bitcoin. It's this thing called Fantom, and I just said that because nobody understands how any of this stuff works anyway, and I'm hoping that Google will boost this video's SEO. Anyway, we're Feast and Friars. We do a bunch of little D&D comedy skits, so if you like that stuff, you can go check us out. Please hit the subscribe button and all that jazz. But anyway, I wanted to talk really quickly about this super cool thing that's happening right now. It's called Rarity, and it's basically Dungeons & Dragons 3.5e, but on the blockchain, but as a cryptocurrency. And this is really cool, guys. So to kind of explain why I think this is cool and such, I kind of need to explain how cryptocurrencies work. I'm mostly going to assume you know how they work, but just in the case that you don't, what a blockchain is basically a public ledger that anybody can edit and do transactions on. And it's, for a couple of reasons, it's very, very secure. So one of the things that people do with it is you make currencies on it, like Bitcoin or Ethereum. That's an Ether, I guess that's the technical term. There's a silly ones people are making, like Dogecoin. There's even one called Stop Elon, because apparently Elon Musk can just make the markets swing like crazy. It's kind of nuts. Anyway, you can also make things like NFTs, which are non-fungible tokens. They're like virtual items that exist on the chain that you own and you can trade. You can make smart contracts, which is basically just code that runs on the chain and does stuff. And the best part about blockchains is that they are decentralized. So there's no one server that's managing all of this. Everyone can get a copy of this, everyone can do stuff to it, and everyone plays nice. And it's really, really awesome. So people are starting to make games off of this, and there are a number of games out there, but you may have heard in the news about this one called Loot. And all Loot is really just text. It's just an NFT of some text, which is a fantasy item, like a mace or a demon husk or whatever. That's it. And what's really cool about this is that in theory, you could make a whole adventure game off of this, all right? I think people are still working on this, but in theory, you could make a game where you have adventures and you go on an adventure and you have these items that you could trade around with people. And yeah, that's pretty cool. The problem with it is that it's on Ethereum. And the problem with Ethereum right now is that it is very expensive. So if you wanted to get into Ethereum mining, it is profitable to do so at the moment, but it is also really expensive. And it's not exactly the right platform for a game, because I think the transactions take longer to verify on Ethereum compared to other ones. But anyway, it is slow and it's expensive, and the Loot NFTs right now are just going for like ridiculous amounts of money. I think one of the highest ones that sold was like $300,000. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So if you want to get in on the game that's kind of being created around Loot, it's just way too expensive. One thing that makes Loot kind of interesting is that it's a top-down approach. So they start with the items and then make a game off of the items. And that's all right, I guess. But this guy named Andre Cronje, who's kind of considered to be like the father of decentralized finance, he was thinking about, what if you went in the other direction? What if instead of making the items first, you made the system that makes the items, and then develop the in-game economy that way? And he's a big fan of Dungeons & Dragons 3.5, and so he decided, hey, why don't I just make Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 as the system for making items? And so what he did is made a smart contract for making a Dungeons & Dragons adventure. So it's here on FTM, the FTM blockchain, and this is literally a Dungeons & Dragons adventure you can make. He has a class and a level and experience points. And then what he's been doing is building on top of that and adding stuff that you can do with your adventure. So you can go in and make an adventure. You can just go send him on an adventure and he'll get experience points and he'll level up. And then as he levels up, you can craft items and such. now what people are doing is they're making front ends for all of the code that he's deploying on the FTM blockchain. So right now, people are basically making Dungeons & Dragons 3.5e on the blockchain. This is so cool, guys. Like, this cleric that I have made here, I literally own this cleric. I can go and sell this to someone or trade it with someone on the FTM blockchain, and no one can stop me. No one can take this away. If someone said, you know what, this website here, yeah, I'm not going to do that anymore. We're not going to make this anymore. Sorry, guys. It doesn't matter, because there's another guy who's making a front end on top of this. This is called RarityMMO.com, and I can just connect to my MetaMask wallet, and whammo, I can keep on playing. This is so freaking cool. It's literally Dungeons & Dragons, but on a blockchain. Like, I still haven't even assigned all of my attributes to my character yet, because I'm kind of afraid of spending it. This is so awesome. Like, eventually they're gonna have like inventory that you can make items for, and then sell those items with people. They don't have that quite figured out yet, but yeah, it's all there. There's skills that I can dump points into eventually. Once I can't even do that right now because I'm not like at a high enough level yet. And I already sent my guy on an adventure, but yeah, this is so cool. This is really cool. There's even a dungeon right now that you can go and quest on right now. I can't even do that right now because I'm not at a high enough level, but it's called the Cellar apparently. But yeah, so I haven't done anything yet, but this is cool. This is really cool. There's so much that's coming. You got feats now that you're going to be able to add to your character. He's actually paying out money, I think, for systems that you can build on top of it. Like I said, there's crafting that they've implemented. I can't do anything with that now, but this is cool. This is really cool, guys. It's literally Dungeons & Dragons, but on a blockchain. I literally own this cleric, and I can send it to people, and no one can take this away from me. This is awesome. This is really freaking cool. Again, it's called Rarity. Go check it out. The address that you're looking at right here, it's called rarity.game. You can go just type that in your browser and go check that out. I may make a video talking about how to make a character on this and to get started with this. So if you want me to do that, please comment in the comments below. It's just pennies to get started with this. FTM is really cheap right now. So you just load up just a couple bucks into the FTM blockchain, then you can get started with this. It's really awesome. Yeah, this is so cool. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. We're Feats and Friars. We make a bunch of short little D&D skits, but yeah, anyway, please hit the subscribe button, comment below, feed the algorithm, do all the things that YouTube wants you to do these days, and yeah, that's it for today. Anyway, thanks for watching.